How did your terrible boss accidentally get themselves fired? My manager was the worst. He'd take credit for our work, show up 2 hours late every day, and spend most meetings playing mobile games while pretending to take notes. The breaking point was when he started billing client meetings to his personal Uber account and claiming them as travel expenses. We all knew because he'd brag about getting free rides. Then corporate announced they were doing surprise audits of all departments to cut costs. My boss panicked and called an emergency meeting. Listen up, he said. If anyone asks, I've been here since 8 a.m. every day, and all those Uber receipts are legitimate client visits. He looked each of us in the eye. We're a team, right? We all nodded and said, absolutely, boss. The next day, 2 executives showed up unannounced. They started by interviewing my boss in the conference room. Through the glass, we could see him gesturing confidently, probably spinning his usual lies. Then they came to interview us separately. The first executive asked me, what time does your manager typically arrive? I smiled and said, he's very punctual, always here by 8 a.m. sharp. She made a note. And these client meeting expenses, do they seem reasonable to you? Oh, absolutely, I replied. He's very dedicated to visiting clients. The executive looked confused. That's interesting. We called every client on these receipts. None of them have ever met with him. I blinked innocently. Really? That's so strange. An hour later, they finished interviewing everyone. As they walked out, I heard one say to the other, this is the weirdest case. His entire team swears he's an excellent employee, but every single piece of evidence proves he's lying. The next morning, my boss called another emergency meeting. He looked terrified. Did any of you tell them anything? We all shook our heads. Of course not, boss. We had your back. Then why do they want to see my keycard logs and security footage? Sarah from accounting piped up. Security footage? That's so weird. What could they possibly want with that? My boss went pale. The keycard logs would show he rarely arrived before 10 a.m., and the security footage would prove he spent meetings on his phone. 2 hours later, security escorted him out. As he passed our desks, he stopped and whispered, I thought you guys supported me. I nodded sympathetically. We did, boss. We told them exactly what you asked us to say, that you're here at 8 a.m. every day, and that all your expenses are for legitimate client meetings. His eyes widened as he realized what happened. By asking us to lie, he'd given corporate a direct contradiction between our testimonies and the evidence. We got a new manager the following week. She actually shows up on time and doesn't expense her lunch as client meetings. Revolutionary concept.